Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot begin to tell you just how excited I am to be here with you tonight, because I have wanted to do comedy for a very long time, but I had to wait and wait and wait for my parents to die. Bob and Shirley, they just gave me so much material. But especially Shirley, my little, unassuming, chain-smoking Baptist mother. But my mother was a real character. She had no filter, and you never knew what was gonna come out of her mouth next. Like this one football season, she was feeling very frustrated with my father because she felt that he was not giving her the attention she deserved. So she says to me, "Tina, I am sick and tired of your father going down to that basement and watching game after game after game all weekend long. So I decided to do something about it." I had to ask, "What'd you do, Mom?" She said, "Well, I stripped butt naked, went down there to the basement and sat spread eagle in front of the TV set." And your father goes, "Getting a little gray down there, aren't you, Shirley?" She says, "No, Bob. Those are cobwebs." Then there was a time that my family and I were living abroad, and my parents wanted to come visit. So I'm like, "Yeah, sure, come on over." So I'm standing in the arrivals hall at the airport outside of customs, and the custom door was doing one of these numbers. She spots me from inside, drops everything, leaves my father to deal with the luggage and the customs agents, and she comes running out like her hair's on fire, finds me in the crowd, and she says, Tina, your father and I had the worst time in the London Heathrow airport." I'm like, "Gosh, Mom, what happened?" She said, "Oh, it was terrible. When we got off the airplane, we both had to pee in the worst way. And we looked and looked and looked for a restroom, but all we could find were these doors marked WC, WC. So finally, I turn to your father and I say, "Bob, it's got to be a restroom. It either means wash your cucumber or wash your crotch." Actually, I just cleaned that story up for you folks. Those were not the C words my mother used for the male and female anatomy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I really hate to admit this, but it has come to my recent realization that I now have an official medical acronym, LOL. We have any medical people here? What's that stand for? Little old lady. Yeah. And I mean, all the telltale signs are there. Like, you want to know what they are, or do you want to stay in denial? Well, first of all, anytime I go for any kind of a medical appointment whatsoever, they always ask me, "Have you fallen down recently?" Excuse me, do I look like somebody who falls down a lot? Thank you. Thank you very much. But it's other things too. Like, for instance, when a drug commercial comes on TV, I actually stop to listen to the side effects. My husband and I have noticed that our hearing is going, and what we've noticed is it's those beginning consonants that tend to go first, like P, as in Peter. Like the other day, I said, "Good morning." He said, "What? You're horny?" And then we were gonna have a movie night, so I said, "Hey, you want some popcorn?" He said, "What? You wanna watch porn?" And apparently he was trying to tell me he wanted to learn the ukulele. And I said, "What? You want another baby?" But I'm actually a little more concerned about my hearing because it's kind of gone beyond those beginning consonants. So I belong to the bike club in my 55 plus community, and we take trail rides once a week. So this one week is just me and a few guys, and we're halfway during our ride, and we stopped, we're having a snack, we're chit-chatting, and then this one guy says, hey, look, going forward, we're gonna have to be careful about the trails that we choose because the ones that take us close to the city are getting kind of dangerous. This other guy pipes up and said, oh, I know, just ask my daughter. She's a prostitute in Durham. I'm looking around, these other guys aren't even flinching. So I'm thinking to myself, well, this must be common knowledge in the community. And I missed the memo. But then my curiosity got the best of me, and I said, Neil, Shane is a prostitute? He said, she's a prosecutor in Durham. Well, I was so embarrassed, I did not know what to say. But for some reason, the first words to pop out of my mouth were, that's too bad, they don't make as much money. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, growing old is a hairy situation. Literally. Managing those beards just gets tougher with age. And I'm talking to the ladies here. How about those chin hairs, ladies? I detest them. I am vigilant about looking for them. Every morning I get up, put on my reading glasses, stand in front of my 20 times magnified makeup mirror. Things lit up like a high school football field at homecoming. And I am searching my chin for any sign of a weed to show its ugly head. And then all of a sudden, there it is. A big, long, black chin hair. From the looks of it, it's been there since the pandemic. Where's it been hiding? Coiled up behind some freckle just waiting to spring out at me? And how did it get there? Did I splash Miracle Grow on my chin? I don't even use Miracle Grow. But more importantly, why has nobody said anything to me? Ladies, we've got to have code for this sort of thing. Like, Tina, it's 5 o'clock. And while we women are busy trying to manage the hair on our chins, in the meantime, we're losing it all in our eyebrows. And while we women are losing our eyebrow hair, men's eyebrows are growing wilder and woollier than ever. It's even coming out of their nose and their ears. You know, like that scene in Jumanji. I'm gonna leave you guys with this one. So, I don't get it, because nowadays it seems like we have drugs for just about everything. Why couldn't they develop a drug to help us seniors grow old gracefully? Hang on. No, I just figured it out. They have. They're called gummies. Could you imagine the drug commercial they could do on TV for that? Are you losing your hair, your teeth, your eyebrows? Are you drooling at the corners of your mouth? Do you spit on everyone you talk to? Then these are for you. Oh, you'll still do all those things, but you really won't notice. You'll still be falling apart, but you just won't care. Gummies, a senior's best friend. Well, folks, that's my time. Thank you very much. My name's Tina Quick. Thank you very much.